Hello friends, to give me a false sense that I have some semblance of control over my life, we're going to do a quick little craft. In this case, we're going to make a quick little tree skirt. So this is not only a quick little craft project, it's a little stash busting project too. I had this red fabric and green fabric in my stash for a while. Then I saw Engineering Knits make a little tree skirt for her mini tree, and I think I have a mini tree and I have awkward small amounts of fabric that amount to less than a yard. So I can make one of those too. One of my pieces of fabric is only 27 inches across, so right now I have this folded at 13.5 inches because that is half of 27. Going in this way to find 13.5 inches, and I'm going to mark my center with a pen. It's not going to matter. And I'm going to mark approximately where I should be cutting every so often. We're just making a circle and we're marking with pen because that's just what's easy to do right now, because we're doing an easy project right now.
It's also the only thing you have in the moment.
What do you mean this is the only thing that I have at the moment?
The pen. I don't think you have like your art pen, your fabric pen with you.
My fabric pen is just with my sewing stuff. This is easier to see, and I am at the giving very few fucks part of the holiday, so yeah. I'm just going to not give them. I also know that this has mysterious stain that I think I'm just going to, on the red fabric, that's where I'm going to cut my slit for the tree skirt. It's just gonna be a little Christmas tree skirt because it's gonna be for the little Christmas tree.
The one that we like to put a sombrero on?
No. On this fabric, I would have quite frankly, a snowball's chance of seeing the fabric pen on this. I can barely see the black pen on this. Like there's no way I was gonna be able to see the fabric pen because the fabric pen is like a light blue.
Yeah.
Huzzah. Honestly, I did not measure out how much of an inner opening I would need, and I measured from the center point 1¼ inches, which means the radius for the inner circle, when you account for seam allowance, I used a 1/2 inch seam allowance for everything, was 1 5/8 inches? No, 1 3/4 inches. So that's the radius, and that worked out pretty well for this little tree. If you had kind of like a thicker tree trunk base, then I would definitely suggest measuring that, but I just put it in God's hands, you know? That is holly. Mistletoe is white.
Why has everybody showing me mistletoe that's red?
I would definitely argue with that. It is not mistletoe if it is red. So I have a big head pin marking out my start/stop point because it's a circle on the big circle and the little circle because we're going to be sewing the inner rim of the little circle. I have it at a 1/2 inch seam allowance right now, and I'm just going to go until I get back around to the big head pin. I cut along my cut line and did the notches for the inside and cut out triangles for the outside so that it would fold out quite smoothly. Then I folded in the 1/2 inch seam allowance for the slit side to top stitch that down, and decided if I was going to top stitch that down, might as well top stitch down the entire perimeter. It does give it a little bit more structure, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why it's a little floaty. All right, this is turned right sideways. The edges are pressed down, including where we need to top stitch down, and I added these little ribbon ties. They are navy blue with gold on them. Does that match our red side? No. Does it match our green side? No. But this is a scrap project, so we're just gonna use it. If your tree is only like a couple inches off the table, then you can completely forgo the top stitching. Realistically, I could have forgone the top stitching. I do like the little touch that it adds, but if you want to save yourself 10 minutes to rest and relax, save yourself 10 minutes to rest and relax. This tree, like the tree itself, is probably like 2.5 feet tall from bottom leaf to tippy top leaf, but with the stand it's about 3 feet. So it's not that big, but the tree skirt fits it pretty nicely, I would say. Does add a little bit of decorative pizzazz so that you don't just stare at the burlap wrapped weight of it, which that's a look, just not the look that we want to go for every single time. I'm gonna need to take a coffee break before I come back with hindsight me, so let's do that and let my camera charge for a second. I've already filmed and edited my 3rd rendition of Quiltmas. This video goes up before Quiltmas though, and in it I do indeed say that traditional Christmas is not my particular Christmas aesthetic. In my opinion, like, the kitschy Christmas just, it would not really go with the red or the green of the Christmas skirt, so I did go ahead and do the traditional Christmas colors to go with my tree skirt a little bit better, because I wanted to use my tree skirt because I just made it. Should I have used fabric that went better with kitschy Christmas to make my little tree skirt if I prefer the kitschy Christmas over the traditional Christmas? Arguably, but I've had these fabrics in my stash for so long and I really needed to use them. This gives me an excuse and it gives me a result that I actually enjoy. So, did you enjoy this craft, and are you doing any crafting to feel like you still have some semblance of control over chaos season? Let me know down below with any questions, comments, or concerns. New videos should be up on Fridays. Once again, I have another Christmas quilt coming out, so if you want to see more of that and like this video, feel free to hit subscribe, thumbs up, and that bell icon so you know when I do post. Thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye! See, this is why I can't have a cat, because my way of pet-proofing the Christmas tree is to put it on the kitchen table, and a cat would still jump up on the kitchen table. The dogs cannot. I have little ribbons.
Actually, yeah. Martha White's blueberry muffin mix. Just add milk.